Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. In this video I just want to do a, let's say, shortish update on my orchids. A lot of you have asked me how I am doing, if I'm alright, and to be quite honest, I am quite well, but I am very busy at work. But let's say just that your comments just waked me up and I just started to film. So sometimes it's really nice to hear from you there in the comment section. Here in front of you, you have a Phalaenopsis orchid, which is growing for about 6 or 8 months in water culture. And as you can see, she is doing amazing. She rebloomed in this culture. She lost all the old roots. She grew new ones in this time, and she grew 3 spikes. This is the orchid which I have purchased last year from Secret Garden. And back then it had about 100 blooms, and right now it's not really making less of a show, let's say. It's amazing. It is a little bit fragrant, very slightly, and it has a lot of branches. The color is so dainty and so beautiful. And from the tip it is still pushing up, but I'm so proud of her. And as you can see, I made a very nice glass vase for her. This is made from with colors for vitrail, I hope that is actually a word. Anyway, so I have a little heart, a bloom here. And I think it really looks nice in this way. The orchid is very happy. It is staying all the time in water. Usually I am filling up the vase up till here, and then the orchid just consumes the water and the nutrients. All the time she is watered with fertilizer. Fertilizer as well. It is the MSU fertilizer, which I am using at about 250 ppm. And the orchid is just growing really nice. Now and again I do wash up the vases and cut off any dead roots, but to be quite honest, I just fill up the vase when the orchid needs it. I don't really change it every single week or something like that. No, not at all. I'm just completing the level, let's say, for my orchids. And she rewards me with beautiful blooms. Let's say, what else? Here I have a very sorry orchid, which pushed up some seeds here, and I should have collected them, but I didn't. This is the cross with the Dowiana, or actually here was the cross with the Dowiana. Let's say this was the Snow Alder, or the popular Jackie, you know it from Dani. Yeah, I was very busy and I couldn't collect the seeds, and the orchid fell a few times, so it's not really looking all that good, but not all the divisions are looking bad. Here I think I have a division which should be taken out because it's clearly not staying okay, and I don't want to lose it. Here I have another Phalaenopsis, the Harlequin one, which is growing quite nicely also in water culture. As you can see, a lot of roots, quite happy. Other phals with lots of roots, which are in semi-hydro, in self-watering pots. Outside it's a mess. I'm going to talk about that too. I'm just going to talk about what's more interesting. This is a very special Cattleya, which I have bought last year from Secret Garden, and I really hoped that the orchid is going to bloom again from the newest growths, but it seems that she needs more time to adjust to my environment, because she pushed up about 3 or 4 pseudobulbs, and as you can see, there is nobody inside, and this orchid blooms without a sheet. Yeah, this is the one. I am going to try to find a picture with it. It pushes up huge, very dark purple blooms, almost magenta, and they are so fragrant. I adore it. Of course, this cute one is still in bloom for about a year now actually. It's pushing up more and more spikes, as you can see. Always a new one. And I am always forgetting its name. It is a Dendrobium latoria type. We have repotted it together about 3 months ago, I think, and it's doing really nicely. Usually I'm filling up the pot till here just because this is a drinker and I water all my orchids once a month, and that's it. And this one doesn't get to 1 month with the water so leveled up. Another fall growing in water culture. These are all new roots. I have purchased it for about 8 months and directly put it in water culture in the winter when it was in bloom, when I was not supposed to do that, and she just took off. Look at that. She really loves it. This is the Cleopatra one, and it seems that finally she dropped its blooms. My Dowiana, it seems that this year she is not going to bloom. I have a back part of the plant which is currently dying. These are very old pseudobulbs, about 8 years old, and they don't possess any more roots, and I think the rhizome has been severed and they are just dying. Right now I am seeing there 2 buds inside the sheet. That is the let's see. Right, and here are the orchids which are growing outdoors currently. As you can see, a lot of the leaves are burnt, and this is because I have been so busy that I just didn't have time to really put the net on and protect them from the sun, but they have been resisting quite well. I know I have a few burns. Some are more severely burned than others, but that is okay. I'm just going to take a sterilized scissor and just cut off any burnt leaves at the end of the autumn. Quite honest, I'm quite proud of them. They have resisted really well with limited damage, considering the fact that I didn't actually care much for them at all. As I said, I was very busy, and sometimes I didn't water them for 2 months, but it did rain on them, so that provided water, and some of them bloomed outside. Really fragrant, this one. It's it has similar parents with the let's see. As you can see, I didn't post videos for a lot of time, and I started to forget the names of my orchids. The Iwanagara Apple Blossom Pink, this has similar parents with it, some common ones, and it smells really similar. It's the Village Chief something. Okay, what else? I'm going to try to show to you from here. So, I had a orchid which just died outside. It was the Compass Pink one. Yeah, I think that one had fusarium because it started to rot from the bottom to the top, and I just threw it out. Here I need to repot this one. This is in semi-hydro, and it should be in a self-watering pot. It's doing quite well actually. It's normal for the Dendrobium nobile orchids to lose leaves in the summertime, in late summer, because they are preparing for the rest. And I do have some good pseudobulbs this year, but not all that great. I'm still proud of her because it resisted, because to be quite honest, last year it fell down from the 3rd floor, and I was expecting it to die, but it didn't. It did okay. Here I have a very sorry orchid, which I think I'm dying. At this point, I just think that I'm not supposed to own a Brassavola cuculata. So I had all my family visiting my house. Some of them were are actually living in USA, and they came in Romania, and of course they wanted to look at the orchids, and one of them just dropped the cucullata on the floor, and as you can see now it doesn't look all that good. I think it is going to die. I have here almost all the suitables are yellow at the base, and that is a dead rhizome, let's say, so I don't think it is going to recover. Oh, someone asked me about the Dendrobium speciosum. So here it is. Let me take it out. It is doing quite well. It is another one which should be potted in self-watering, but since it is going to go into the rest period soon, I think I am just not going to repot it this year, but only next year. So this year it pushed up this huge suitable, the biggest one. It needs watering right now. I have a new plantlet here, it seems, and some feathers. So it pushed up a sheet here, so I think in the springtime after the rest it is going to bloom. I do know that this particular orchid needs a very harsh winter rest, so it needs almost to freezing temperatures for at least 1 to 2 months, so it's going to stay outside for as much as I can. And of course, because you just don't water orchids when you have night temperatures under 12 Celsius, this one is not getting to be watered for a lot of time, and that is going to start very soon, because we already have nighttime temperatures of about 12 to 13 Celsius. As you can see, I do live in a very nice city, but we have forests, and that draws lower temperatures. So I'm quite proud of my Dendrobium monosmum. When I have purchased it last year from Orchid Garden, as you can see, it was just a baby. It had these canes, and right now it is getting into its dormancy slowly. I just collected a few dried leaves from the bottom, and it's doing quite well, regarding the fact that when I have purchased it, it didn't have almost any roots, and here I have actually more plants than one. As you can see, I have lots of growing points, and that is because I have 3 or 4 plants here, and I wanted to show you the root system. Look at that. This orchid wasn't supposed to be dry right now, but because I am so busy, let me show you. Because I am so busy, it is kind of dry. And also something really nicely. So here is my Doriana, and you would think that, oh my god, this orchid is going to die if you keep it all the time wet and all that nonsense from the internet. Well, let me show you something, guys. Do you think that this orchid loves this system? Can you see the roots? They're coming through the bottom of the pot directly there, and do you know what? I'm just not going to clean up the algae. I have all my orchids like this, and they're really happy. The algae stays only on the reservoir and 1 centimeter up where I have the interior pot, and that's all. And they are really happy like that. So this is my Fragmepedium. It is a hybrid. I don't have a certain ID for it. It is a pinkish one. I have 2 of them, so if you are interested in one of them, just leave me a comment down below. So I have repotted him in the semi-hydroculture for about 5 or 6 months, and it is really happy down here, growing really nicely, big leaves without any scars or stuff, and I'm expecting 3 blooms very soon, hopefully this winter. I think they are blooming in the winter's time. Hope I am not talking nonsense here. So, because I have been so busy, I have an infestation with spider mites. Right now it seems to be almost in control, so because I have sprayed them with some insecticide about 2 or 3 times, and it doesn't seem to be extended anymore. Maybe I still have a few, but not as bad as it used to be, because you can see this is how the spider mites did the leaves on my orchids. My phone doesn't want to focus, but anyway. This leaf, it's so sticky underneath. Look at that. Okay, so they're doing really well. I did spray them with insecticide, and that is a normal problem. Oh my goodness, that is a normal problem in the summertime. Pests are a thing, and you just need to take care of your orchids. Some of my orchids, some of my catasetums already finished up growing, and I am expecting a spike anytime soon from this one. And here I had a Miltonia Summer Breeze in bloom. Was really fragrant, but right now it is getting spent. I have in bloom my my Brassavola Yellow Bird there, a really fragrant one. I was not expecting it to bloom there because it's the opposite shelf where I am growing my phals and my oncidiums, which is also in bloom, in spike, by the way. And I thought it doesn't have enough light, but it seems it has actually, because it bloomed. I have here sheets as well, so maybe the light is not all that of a big problem after all, and we are just very, very worried. And here I have my Dendrobium phalaenopsis orchid, which rebloomed for me in semi-hydro, and I'm so proud of it. It pushed up a very, very big spike. This is the first year it reblooms for me, and I'm proud of it because it has been just purchased last year, and it adjusted really well to this culture compared to the others. As you can see here, I have another one which doesn't want to seem to bloom, and all of them were completely rootless last year. So yeah, I think he's a happy orchid. It is a happy orchid actually. Let me see what else. Not sure what else to show to you. Here I have my Phalaenopsis species and primary hybrids. Oh my goodness, look at that. Because I am so busy right now, I am seeing some changes too. I didn't particularly saw this part of my house for a lot of time, and currently I am surprised by this huge leaf that my Phalaenopsis schilleriana pushed. So what I have did was to leave water here, and this orchid grew like this in about a month, because I know I didn't I didn't water my orchids for about a month, and the orchid consumed the water, and look, the roots are really, really happy, so that is nice. Of course, I don't recommend you forget water inside the pots, but if I got a nice result, that's still good. Here, let me show you. So here I have a Phalaenopsis species. It is the Violacea one. I painted a wolf here. It had a bloom, but it is spent, and right now it is pushing up another little bud here. It is a rather happy orchid. It does have roots. When I have purchased it from Orchids and More, it didn't have any roots, so right now it's really, really nice. And as you can see, I have other little phals there, and I really want to show to you this one I have from Fificorina. It is the Samara Bloom, and it is so, so fragrant. I adore it. If my phone would want to focus, look at that. And it's so fragrant. My whole balcony smells like it. Oh my goodness, I have buds. Okay. Okay guys, so I have 2 buds from this Cattleya. Right now I just saw them, and I think that's it. It's a bluish Cattleya, that's why I am so excited. It's the LC Caridad's Mini Queenie Angel. Come on, focus. Angel Kiss. So we are going to have some blue blooms, and there I don't even remember how it's called. I see it has spotted leaves this time. I think it's the Ludemoniana, and I so hope this orchid recovers because I just love it. And here I have a very cute African violet, which rebloomed, and I really need to clean it up because it has all the old blooms on it. Here I have some packing stuff because as I said, I started to paint on glass, and yeah, that's quite nice. Oh, and here is the Bellina, which is currently growing 2 spikes. It's a sibling, Phalaenopsis bellina. And I have a bud here and a little spike here. When I have purchased it, to be quite honest, it had a little cakey growing too, but it seems that it stopped growing. But that is okay anyway. Let's see what else. My mother brought me a Phalaenopsis orchid from... oh look, another spike. I hope it's going to develop because I really don't remember if I put the tags correctly. This is a Bellara Renance Coral. Oh my goodness, this is a beautiful one. Hope that is the one actually. Okay, so I had a problem with my forgot its ID. It's the Pandrata, but I don't remember its full ID. And I divided it. This is the only piece that I could save, and here I see it again spotted, so I think I'm going just to spray it a bit with some hydrogen peroxide. Maybe it is going to help. Here I have some branches, a very cute phal, and this is supposed to be a Dendrobium Sunkle Blue, by the way, what I painted in here. I think it looks really nice, but I'm not sure why the picture is cracked. Yeah, anyway. So I need to fill up the vase for a bit, but it has roots. These are all new roots. It did struggle for some time to rebloom. Sorry, to push up roots, but we are fine right now. What else? What else? So I still need to spray a bit. I see I still have some mites on the Catasetum Wine Delight. Here is, by the way, it's a suitable, but I'm going to show to you from which orchid. Which broke from the orchid when I have originally received it, and as you can see, it pushed up a pseudobulb and some roots which died, so I'm not sure if it is going to survive or not. This is an orchid which arrived to me last year with no roots, with fusarium and with a lot of cut pseudobulbs, and I'm not sure why someone would do that to an orchid, but this is a very spotted one, and if I get this one, oopsie, if I get to save this one, I will be the happiest. So I was saying you that my mom brought me a little Phalaenopsis from her place, from London, and it's doing really well, Mom. I'm sure she's watching this. Look at that. This is such a happy orchid with lots of fruits. It seems that it likes my culture. And here I have other spikes. I'm not even sure what orchid this is. And my phone is just so confused right now. There you go. So it has a spike there. But who knows? Hopefully it is going to bloom soon. Okay guys, and here it is, my Vanda orchid, which is growing in a glass vase. It is the 3rd spike, I think, for this year, or the 4th one. It's so beautiful and so fragrant. This has a very spicy fragrance, and it's quite easy to grow. Okay, this is the third spike only, but that's nice. It doesn't have another one right now growing, but that is okay because it has 2 cake is here growing. I also thought at some point to just cut off this part of the plant, and after that the roots, which are really unruly, guys, it wouldn't fit anymore the glass vase, so I just leave it like that. I need to dump out the water because it's for a lot of time there. Let's see, this one only bloomed one time this year, and as I said, I don't really like orchids from Malaysia, and this is one from them. This is the red Vanda. It's doing fine, but all my Vandas rebloomed for me 3 or 4 times this year, and this one didn't, so you're such a bad orchid. This is the, what's called, Siamese doll kiwi. I have a sheet here, and I so hope it is going to bloom because the orchid is so beautiful. The blooms really look like a kiwi fruit. So this one is again in bloom. It's the Pachara Blue. As you can see, it's the 3rd spike, I think, for this year. Really nicely. And this one, I saw the orange one already has another spike. We had it in bloom in the July video. So that is nice. Here I have some buds as well. This is an orangish one, wineish color actually. This Vanda also is growing quite nicely in bark chips, and this is a burnt cattleya. This cattleya, I'm not even sure what it is with it. I have it for 4 years now, and I'm quite contradicted actually, because it's the Varsavicii, and this orchid is supposed to be the cattleya which can withstand the most sun, and you can see it's getting burnt inside the house. But anyway, guys, I have a huge sheet here, and I hope it is going to bloom, but I'm not sure. It is the first sheet this orchid ever produces in its life, and right now it is growing another suitable there, so I'm not sure. So, okay guys, this has been the video for today. If you have any other ideas for future videos, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will be more than happy to do them. I'm going to try to post more often because I really like doing this, but let's see what happens. At least I'm going to try. I don't want to commit to anything. Please appreciate how beautiful this orchid is. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all next time. Bye!